So today we're going to talk quickly about asparagus. And I know that doesn't sound super exciting, but it's springtime and this is an awesome vegetable to utilize while it's in season. So a couple quick tips when you're picking it out. So you don't want like really limp, dried up looking asparagus. It's just not going to taste good. The texture is going to be completely wrong. So you want something that looks alive, looks fresh, looks hydrated, is a bit firm to like the touch if you try to bend it. We'll get to that in a second. So those are really important things to look at. And then if you're not going to use it right away, you can actually like take them like this and put them in like a big bowl or a couple of different cups, and you want to store them in a little bit of water, just like to about there, and they'll stay fresh longer. Tip number 2 is how to cook the asparagus. So I see people baking it a lot, and you don't really want to bake this. This is like a tender green. You want to either blanch it, which is just to put it into boiling water for like 2 minutes or so, then put it into ice water, eat it raw. You could like quick fry it like a tempura, or you can saute it. So that's like really the only way you want to cook these babies. So getting back to what just happened here, very important, a lot of people don't trim off these ends, and then you're left with like a really tough piece of asparagus that no one wants to eat. So a simple way is just to bend, and where it breaks is usually a good starting point. Some people think that's too much waste, and then if you want, you could like just shave that part down, but that's like really tedious to me and I wouldn't do that. So you just bend and break, and then these you just toss. So for cutting asparagus, I think it depends on how thick it is and how like what preparation you want. If you have something, these are all pretty good size, but have you ever seen like those really skinny guys and like that's all that you can get? Maybe you're like really craving it. What I would do is after you take off this awful thick end is just do like a really nice like thin round chop, and then you could saute them that way or blanch them that way, and that's what I would do with like a really skinny asparagus. If you wanted to do a salad, again, take this bit off, and just with a vegetable peeler you could do like nice ribbons and do the whole thing. You just toss it with salt, olive oil, maybe a little bit of like lemon juice, and you're gonna have these like really pretty ribbons. And everyone's gonna think that you have like crazy knife skills, and they're not gonna know that you used a peeler. So those are the ways that you can do it. We're gonna saute today, so what we're gonna do is just break off all of these ends and then put them in there. So we're gonna just do like the whole asparagus or everything that's edible. And just something super simple. I think people get in trouble when you try to add too many flavors in one pan. Often just salt, pepper, and a little bit of olive oil is gonna be like your best bet for a lot of things. So what you cook these in is also super important. I wouldn't personally use a nonstick pan. I actually don't use nonstick for anything. I'll use a green pan if need be. But stainless steel is kind of where it's at. So you just want it properly preheated and then enough oil in it as well so nothing sticks. And we're gonna just go toss this in.